everybody, Jacob Hartley here from St. George Paramotor. I'm one of the flight instructors of the school. In this video, we'll be covering a topic on how to fly with multiple flyers at the same time and kind of what the right-of-way rules are, where you should position yourself and what you should do to avoid crashing or getting hurt or getting into a situation you shouldn't be in. So just a quick disclaimer, these videos are not intended to be actual instruction training for you. We do that when you come to our school to learn. You will get a more in-depth instruction on this. And so let's go ahead and jump right into this video. So first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and draw a paraglider wing. And we've got a guy here that's flying his paramotor, that's a propeller, and he's facing away from us. Anytime you're flying a paramotor, the paramotor itself generates a lot of wind from the thrust that you're giving it for the propeller. Also, the wing tips, they generate these little vortices that come off on each side behind the pilot. And so when you're flying with somebody, you want to position yourself either to the side over here or back behind the pilot in front of you, up and above. So I'm just going to put that there behind this pilot. Whenever you're flying with somebody and the pilot below you, he has the right of way. If this guy down here, if he looked up, the only thing he's going to see is his wing. He can't see you. So if you're above him, the guy below you has that right of way. So if he starts to climb or if he starts to move, you got to get out of his way. That's why we recommend flying, behind and above to avoid all this wake turbulence, or out to the side of this guy here. Now, if you have two pilots, let's say they're converging on each other, they're flying right at each other. What's going to happen is the right-of-way rule is this guy here is going to turn to the right, and this guy turns to the right to see and avoid, so they're not going to hit each other. If you're flying on a ridge, let's say there's a ridge here, and there's a paramotor pilot here, and let's say this guy behind you is overtaking you. This guy has the right of way, so you have to move out of his way. He can't turn to the right, or he can't get out of the way. He can't see behind him, so you have to get out of his way. So now what we're going to talk about is if you're ever going to a fly-in, and there's multiple fly-ins around the country, really these rules should apply. However, being at those fly-ins, a lot of times the pilots don't apply these same rules. So you really have to be vigilant if you're flying with a large group of people. Not everyone's going to yield to the right. Not everybody's going to be looking for you. And so you always have your head on a swivel at all times. Another thing that we encounter here in southern Utah is we get a lot of hot air balloons. And they're fun to fly around because they're really big, they're colorful. The pilots are typically nice and friendly. They love to see us when we're flying by. They do not like it, however, if we're sitting there buzzing them continually over and over. Paramotors are really cool to see the very first time you see one, but if they continue to linger, then they become like a mosquito and you become kind of annoying. So if you are flying around hot air balloons, just know that. Fly by, say hi, and then just get out of Dodge. The other thing to note too is you never want to fly directly over a hot air balloon. There's a couple of reasons for this. First is if this guy is applying his propane or his means of lift, these things can fly very quickly upwards. They can gain a lot of altitude very quickly, and so if you're above him and he decides to throttle up, he's going to hit you. The second thing is pretty much like flying over a thermal. You have a lot of hot air. Sometimes I believe there's a little flap up here that the hot air balloon guy can open up, and that hot air can be let out so that they can descend. And so if you're flying above them and he lets that open and you hit that hot air, it's just like hitting a thermal, and it can thrash your wing around and get quite crazy and wild. So it's just a safety precaution. You know, just fly by, say hi, be safe, see and avoid all other aircraft as you're flying, be respectful, and you'll have a lot of fun and enjoy your flying career. I appreciate you tuning into this video. Subscribe and like our videos to see more video content in this library, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.